Thank you very much, Tony, for all the meeting that we had, and it continues to invest in me. Thank you. And Susan Epps, I was speaking to my groovy daughter who was introduced to Melaleuca because I had some of the products. And so she said, Mom, I need more. So I'm excited about that. And she's like, I need to do more Melaleuca. I said, yes, you do.
Yeah, so, there you go.
Yeah, so thank you.
Over to Kat. Kat, I know you're not here, but you know you are here, so here you are. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm one of Wayne's imaginary friends because he's never seen me in person. Sorry. So
disappeared.
I'm here. So hi everybody. So today what I want to say is that we spend a lot of time going out on social media, sending emails out and going, hey, I'm XYZ, this is what I do, buy my stuff. But how much time do you actually spend letting your customers get to know you as a person? So for example, I didn't know until I got photographs that Jacqueline was a golfer. So putting out all the fun stuff that you do, allowing people a little insight into your world, allows them to build a deeper, more meaningful connection with you so that you can say, hey, I've got this new product or service. And they go, do you know what? I'm totally invested in that person. I'm going to buy. So my challenge to you for the next 30 days is go out onto your social media, go out to your email marketing list, and give them an insight, a small insight into your personal life and allow them to build a relationship with you, not just what you sell and buy. Thank you.
Any VAMs referrals you want to highlight?
Mainly over text messages. I've been sending a lot of text messages backwards and forwards to members trying to sort out events and Phoenix stuff. So nothing specific, but
fair enough. And if anybody took photographs from the golf game, send them to Kat, please.
Yes, please.
Mr. Pratt, I didn't catch you mid-stride. Over to you, sir.
I wasn't even chewing, so I'm pretty excited about that. I am in Ottawa today at a group, Phoenix and East Tradewinds group jazz session, and I'm here to not only be with these wonderful people and have a great breakfast, but also to prostitute my book. That's what it's all about. Freshly Brewed Coaching.
He said that out loud.
Yes, he did.
The inside voice, yes.
But here's the neat thing. Why did I write this? I wrote this because the C-suite understands coaching. The CEO, the CFO, the CMO, they all understand coaching. The guy in the hardware store doesn't. So my job is to get it out there into the populace, get it to Main Street, so you can use the tools to be all you can be. And the neat thing is I've also written a new book, because you got to keep writing, and it's actually on Kindle, and it's called Freshly Brewed Coaching, the first sip. Now the neat thing about the first sip, it doesn't talk about next year, it doesn't talk about 5 years from now, it talks about what to do before your coffee's cold. So that's kind of exciting, and if you buy it today, I might become an Amazon best-selling author, and that's what it's all about, and then you'll know a best-selling author. And it's just a treat to be here at Hive, and thank you very much.
Good to have you here. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Just so you know, folks, Wayne, can you let somebody in there, Tony? Sam.
Sam's here.
Sam's here! I need my headlights cleaned.
That's an open line. Hey, Sam, how the heck are you, bud?
Hey, Sam.
Good morning, everyone.
You may as well do your intro. We've just already done the round robin. So what does Sam do? Any BAMs and other things? And let Kelly in too.
You want me to go ahead?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Sam Stores, ConnectedCars.ca. Let's see, my main thing is dash cameras. Install them nice and neat. Right to the fuse panel of the car, no wires hanging down. Also do minor repairs, oil changes and brake jobs. And today I'm talking about radiator flushes. I did that to our Suzuki down at our cottage. because after a while the radiator fluid in your vehicle expires. Not in like a year or two, but in a few years. I can test it for you and make sure that it's adequate. If not, I can do that work for you and get rid of that old antifreeze that's not doing you any good before the winter comes and maybe cause you all kinds of problems in your vehicle. Let's see. BAMS wise, I've been away at the cottage, as you all know, or most of you know. So I'm back now to Ottawa and already had one of my customers finished off on Saturday. And then I have another I'm working on today. So that's it. No BAMs, but that's it for me. Sam Sturz, ConnectedCars.ca. Today's mobile electronics without the cost of a new vehicle and a heck of a lot more.
Sam, good to have you back, man. And Miss Kelly, or Mrs. Kelly.
Kelly.
Good morning, Sunshines. I did not realize that this was our breakfast morning. I didn't even put it together. So I'm gonna cheers to you. My coffee's in the kitchen waiting for me. I'll go and grab it. Is it our quick elevator pitch and BAMs moment now?
Yep, yes, ma'am.
Very nice. Early in the process. So hello, everyone. My name is Kelly Harrigan. I'm a realtor with Keller Williams Realty Centers. I serve both the Ottawa and the Greater Toronto area, and I help buyers and sellers and landlords and tenants make really confident, well-informed, educated decisions through hands-on strategic data planning and advising. My approach is very clear on communication, staying calm under pressure. There is no problem we cannot solve. There's always a solution. It might not be a win for all parties, but it will always work out, I promise. For me, ultimately, real estate is about relationships. My goal is not just to get someone to closing, it's to become the person they trust with every real estate question for years to come. I want you to feel comfortable referring your family and friends to me, and I want you to feel comfortable sending me those 10 p.m. texts saying, hey, this thing came up. Can I pick your brain for a while? Yes, absolutely. You certainly can. So yeah, if you are searching for a new place, looking to sell, or just want to explore your current options or want to pick my brain, reach out to me. I'm always available for you, and I look forward to hearing from you.
BAM's referrals or first-time golfings?
Bams. Boy, it was a bammy weekend for me. That's for sure. I got to meet the beautiful Carolee in person. Finally, I got to give her a squish. It was so delightful. Thank you for that wonderful golf tournament. My very first experience in golf ever. I was paired with an amazing team. Speaking of my team, I got to bam with good old Wendy from our Wednesday meeting. I believe that's the East End meeting, if I'm correct. Okay, thank you, Sam. I got to bam with Tony, and I got to bam with Bernie, and I don't know who else was there from Phoenix. I don't think anyone else, but it was certainly a chock-a-block full meeting. And now I've scheduled some additional meetings. So next week, next meeting, more BAMs to come.
Kelly, thank you so much.
Thank you. It was such a delight.
Carolee, good morning.
Good morning, and my apologies to everyone. I totally missed the ball of the 7:30 start time, so I'm glad I jumped on when I did. Good morning, everyone. My name is Carolee Wiley. I'm the Executive Director here at the Canada Food Cupboard. And first of all and foremost, I would just like to do a huge shout out to Tony and Bernie and Kelly, as well as Jacqueline, who stopped by, and Wendy and all of Wendy's colleagues that came to the charity golf tournament. We had a great time on Friday, and it was so nice to sit together and have conversations and have that lovely meal at the restaurant. I'm hoping to get an update sometime in the next few days from the crew over at St. Louis Bar and Grill, just to be able to share with you how we did with the funds that were raised. So I'll keep you all abreast of that once I hear more. We had a really busy day. In addition to the golf tournament, we had a busy Saturday. We had the mayor's community barbecue. It was lovely to have the mayor and all of the different City of Ottawa organizations and vendors, and everywhere from EMS to fire to their heavy duty trucks to the plowing crew. So many different static displays, and a lot of community organizations were there, as well as the councillors for Canada. I'm not sure how many people went through, but definitely thousands. We collected donations at event as well for the Canada Food Cupboard. We don't have our totals yet, but definitely close to 2,000 pounds of food was collected. And my guesstimate is somewhere probably around the $500, $600 mark. So another great event for us. No rest for us at the Canada Food Cupboard. Just one more note to share. Today it's back to school. And don't panic. It doesn't mean your kids are back to school today. It means for us, it's back to school day. We're doing distribution today of all of our back to school hampers. We've got 900 families on today's roster. So we're very busy getting all of our supplies over to the local church that we use to distribute all of those school lunch kits, backpacks, and all of the school supplies. So again, thank you for your ongoing support of the Canada Food Cupboard. And if you haven't already done so, please continue to support your local food bank. Thank you all.
Carolee, thank you so much, and thank you for an awesome golf day. I have not done 18 holes in the sun and having pints of beer, and Saturday was a really slow day, so thank you. I know why Wendy and Kelly said, we got 86 are staying there. Ladies, I totally understand now. Totally understand. Either it's an age thing, one or the other. My name is Bernie. Creative Insight, Knack for Business podcast. If you go to blog.knackforbusiness.com, you can find out the most recent issues that have come out. Canada Growth, we have Emmett Kathani, who's going to be speaking today. If you're in the order, wholesale, manufacturing, or sales, inventory, and customer data, he has a software platform that runs that. He's having a discussion at 1 p.m. Today. I can't put the link in there. I can kind of do this, but it ain't flying from my phone. And tomorrow, East Trade Winds is Willie Nickel, and he's he's a 31-year police detective turned life coach. So a lot of wisdom hidden behind those doors, and he's actually he's a charming gentleman to have a chat with. He's mellow yellow, so he's awesome. I'm not going to keep talking because our speaker today is Jovan Strejka, and from Link and AtHive. Jovan, the floor is yours, sir.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jovan Strejka, and wear multiple hats. Bernie just named few. Link is the company for the IT and telecom services, primarily for businesses. And we've been become as a technology provider behind the AtHive as well. Which is what we're seeing is technologies now integrate with everyday working for professionals that you cannot ignore anymore. But there's a lot of good and bad things happening around technology, especially lately. One on the cybersecurity side, which is what our focus on our service is a lot about, how to protect individuals and the businesses. And there's many ways how hackers can get in and hurt your business or your personal data. On the other side, there is AI coming up with a lot of new technologies, and part of what I'm going to be talking today a little bit of how AI can be your friend and how it can help you doing some things better, which is a few things that I'm going to present today. So that's for now from me.
Okay. So if you have any photos from the golf tournament, please send them to Kat. I've already sent a batch. In fact, you'll find some stuff if you go to Knack for Business Instagram. You will see some photos from the weekend already. And LinkedIn will start populating shortly, so you'll see some stuff coming through the gate. Yes, and so send the photos to Kat and she can promote it. And with all that around Robin, just one other quick thing. We have Mr. Wayne Pratt, who's here today, just for those folks who weren't here earlier. Freshly Brewed Coaching, his book. He's here live, so front, back, and around. And so with that, over to you, Jovan.
Yeah. So Tony, we're on your computer. Do you have a ChatGPT?
Do I have
ChatGPT application?
Do that? Yep.
You're gonna have to do a share too.
Do you have it installed
let's find
locally?
it first. So we're going on ChatGPT?
Yeah. So you're not user, I assume.
No,
Okay,
not.
okay. All right, so I wanted to maybe share the screen.
Yeah, I'm doing that, yeah.
Perfect.
Caroline, what are you seeing right now? Are you seeing what's on the agenda today? Okay, good.
Perfect. All right, so I wanted to mention that, Tony, please go ahead. You wanted to type something, so
No,
I'll ask
I'm
you
waiting
what
for
is
you.
your agenda today. So ChatGPT is one of the many versions of AI tools that individuals are using. I'm wondering, out of this group, how many are familiar with this product?
Yeah.
Ah, perfect. Okay, so everybody is really using AI for probably experience that you are now similarly seeing, which is you post a question and it comes back with the answer. This is very useful. It can do a lot of things. As you know, you can go through the conversation with the AI and elaborate further on the subject that you ask. But there is another type of use case that is what I call agentic or agents, AI agents. Anybody's familiar about AI agents and what they mean? Bernie? No, okay. So agents is a kind of a new flavor of AI that really elevates the whole experience to the next level. What they do is very similar concept where you're interacting through the chat. But you should think about it as the assistant or coworker or teammate or whatever the role you can assign to it that will end up doing the job for you when you're not in front of the screen. So what this means is that you can create a specific task or describe what would you like to accomplish, and then let the agent to work in the background while you're maybe golfing or enjoying the drinks or whatever the other case is. But the great thing is that whatever is produced, it's not anymore embedded into kind of a block of chat window that you need to scroll and find information. It can actually generate the files for you and store them locally or in the cloud, depending on how you're executing this kind of an agent. So I started doing this a lot a couple of months ago by actually doing a specific task, such as, for example, research of the product or exploring some ideas, and then present the kind of a structure of what I would like this to be developed. So it actually creates the multiple files, it divides them into the folders, and you can then later on click on each of them and then further elaborate. And you can say, you know what, this is great, but you missed this part, or divide it into the other two documents. So it's almost, when you think about it, how to have somebody that you can delegate some work, that can have access to the web and can have access to even other type of applications, especially if it's on your computer. It can actually act as your full assistant, being able to access everything what you have in your computer. Now, why I mention this is because this is where the things kind of start diverging between the productivity versus security, and usually these two things are on a kind of opposite spectrum. Having something that has a full access to your computer can also be extremely dangerous. Now, there is a different flavors of these agents that can, you can restrict into certain things what it can do, and therefore have a bit of limited access, but then again, some of the functionalities are not available in that case. So for example, if you think about it, an agent can do some work instead of just the writing and researching the web. It can, and if you can control your computer, it means that it can control your applications. And what that means, that it can open your email, look at your messages, read them, classify them, and maybe already create a draft for the email to respond back to. So this is where it goes to the next level, where you can automate these things. And in the morning, when you wake up, your inbox might be already clean from the spam messages. It can already highlight and create a draft and say, these are 3-4 emails that you need to reply. Do you want to review the job? Do you want to change it, or just click submit? So that being said, it can go even further into access of other applications such as Word and Excel. It can obviously access your local files that you have stored locally. But in other applications that you might not necessarily be familiar with, it's intelligent enough to actually look at your screen and guide you how to do certain things. So what this means is that you could, for example, if you're not sure how to unshare the screen in a Zoom, like what we had previously, it can help you figuring this out. So there is a lot of, I think somebody's about to
Get it, I'll take care of it.
So these are the things that can go kind of beyond of helping you, training you how to do certain things that you might not familiar. And what is great is that it's actually doing in front of you. So as you are doing the work, it's also able to show you, and you can then learn and over time repeat this. Or if you're stuck at a certain point and you're, let's say, designing something visually and you say, you know what, I would like to make this better, it can actually find online instructions and then follow that with your own design and show exactly how it's done locally. And then the next level is the microphone button, which is very useful for just giving instructions instead of typing it. That becomes now, that microphone button can turn into recording, and it shows you, instead of typed, what was transcribed, that you can just click and submit. But the next level to this is actually having a full conversation. And it's amazing how much is that improved over the time. It can think about it. Sometimes it's annoying when it's interrupting you more than you want it. So you have to tell him, I said, well, wait, let me finish, and before you run into, jump into trying to answer the questions. But in general, it's really getting you into that almost the mode that you forgot that you're talking to the computer. It's becoming so real and realistic. Now, extension to that next is the camera. And if you guys use something like ChatGPT or a similar agent on your phone, you can actually turn the camera, and it can actually look at your screen, look at the camera view, and similarly, it was able to look at your screen. Now it can actually recognize what you have, where you're pointing, and it can then provide instructions. So I had a real situation where on my toilet seat got completely loosed up, and I was like, okay, how the hell you screw that in? And I could not really figure out, even it's as simple as screws are sort of inside, and it was not obvious. I turned on the camera and I was like, okay, how? And then it was actually walking me through and explaining what to do. And it even says can you point the picture from under the, where the screws are? And it's like, yeah, you need this tool. And then it actually searched the web and showed me the tool from Amazon that I need to order in order to actually have that kind of a nut, reach the nut. So, this is things that people don't understand, and how much is nowadays this is very accessible. If you're already paying for the ChatGPT or similar, you probably already have it in your hands, but maybe not necessarily thought about all the different ways how it can help. So I thought first to just kind of go through some use cases and give some ideas for folks to think about it. But before I go to the next, I wanted to ask any questions and comments or your own experiences with the AI that you want to share.
Actually, what I've done, I've taken a picture. I'd look for dog food for the dog, right, in a store that I normally don't go. So I took a picture of all the foods, added them into the chat, and then said, okay, here's the peculiarities. It's for a dog. This is the weight. This is the medical issue. And it said, pick this one out of all these. And then it says, you have an option. And then I said, okay, this is what the dog's medication is right now. It said, pick this one. That's the best one. So it saved me didn't have to ask for any assistance, and I literally took pictures. So
Yeah.
I've got wide shots, it says this one.
That's a totally different level of marketing. If you look at it backwards, the people that are marketing those products realize that it's not you making the decision,
Right.
right? Now they have to be more authentic about their ingredients because that's what GPT is looking for, right?
Yep,
I
exactly.
mean, that's actually
Well, this,
very good to know as a marketer.
in
you
this
know?
case, I had too many products, and just needed to narrow it down, which is the best one.
That's it.
Unlike a toilet seat, I have a tool at home, by the way.
Oh, you will?
Are they both loose?
Yeah, no, they're not loose, they're good.
So I wanted to,
Yeah, Carol Lee has
okay,
yeah, Carol Lee has a question, I think.
I do have a quick question, and I'm a little bit embarrassed to ask this question because I don't even know if this is a good question, but at work we use Copilot. What are your, I guess, opinions on Copilot versus ChatGPT?
Yeah, great question. So when it comes to the Microsoft being dominant in a business space, they rush into introducing Copilot, which is actually based on the OpenAI model or technology, same as ChatGPT. But the way that they introduce the Copilot is with the trying to integrate with the business applications, which we found often not really working at all as expected. It was really amazing how much investment they did, and they were one of the first ones who really jumped the wagon on implementing AI into everyday work. I think they overdid it, they overpushed, and even Microsoft declared a few months ago that it did not work or created a adoption that they were expecting. And there was a different theory why, and but I would say that that's not the best experience that it actually could possibly be. And are you using within the whole organization right now?
Yes, we are, but we're a small organization just because we have everything is Microsoft, so that's why we use Copilot.
Exactly. So this is the challenge with the vertical integrations, where it's not easy to look for something else when all the pieces are already integrated together. So I wanted to show one more thing. See if I can log in. So this is our very similar like a Teams kind of experience, but in the browser there is also the local application that you can run. If I can type my name.
Yeah, type the name.
This is when you use
Email.
I should be without it.
I think Kelly had a question after you're done.
There we go.
All right.
Maybe I'll just speak while you're trying to find the
Yeah,
password.
perfect.
Oh, okay. I was just going to say one of my favorite uses for AI. So oftentimes in contract negotiations, there's back and forth. And as a professional courtesy, I always list the changes between the previous version of the agreement of purchase and sale or lease. And I list them for the other agents so that they are fully aware of what's changed so they can present it properly to their client. But oftentimes someone will throw together a response to my contract proposal without that summary. So I really enjoy leveraging AI in that way. And one thing I often do, please tell me if I'm cheating. I will get the response from ChatGPT, and then I'll ask, I'll need to creatively word a clause to make it legal and binding, but not too wordy, not too intimidating, and strict, just the right tone. So I'll run it through ChatGPT and then I'll propose the same challenge to Copilot, and then I'll tell ChatGPT, hey, this is what Copilot said. And then I'll take it and load it into Gemini, and I'll be like, hey, Gemini, this is what ChatGPT and Copilot said. What do you think?
Fantastic.
So far, they have not revolted against me. So far, it's working well. They do improve each other. So I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, no, I mean, fantastic. It's kind of what you're doing is actually a good example of what agents can do. So this is what the agents can do, especially if they're having a multiple access to multiple AI models. Like one agent can access to Gemini and ChatGPT, and it can actually then
Claude, or
Claude, like you could actually create, and this is what we call a skill. So part of the skill is that you could define for the agent sort of to-do list or how you would approach to the specific task in mind. So you can say, read this, first research, create a bit of a list of maybe competitors, and then for each competitor do an analysis, and then tell me what are the top 3 things that each competitor differentiate, but then how that combined looks like, and what are the other features that you would like that I should be, for example, creating. So all of these are the steps that agent will then go through each of them, perform this, output either internally or save somewhere, sort of check that step and go next. And this will go on and on until you get a kind of product. So similarly, what you're saying, you could actually create a skill that can do this part and give you the final version of the best combined the output. So this is the part where the skills for the agents are becoming almost like a processes that you can document, and it can then perform this that skill over and over. That skill can be triggered by you saying, go ahead and do this, or it can be triggered by email being received and it parsed, or somebody open the web on your website form to submit registration. So there's many reasons or triggers that can execute that agent kind of build. What I'm showing you here is our latest integration of the ElastaLink agent. So the biggest challenge with all of this ChatGPT and Copilot and others is because in order for them to be useful, you're sharing, like in your example, Kelly contract. That is sent to their data centers. Although they are all declaring that they're not using this, reality is that all of these public models needs the data to continue enhancing and training. And there was many evidences that your information is that end up being used to build the models. And there was a few examples where people actually find a part of their document in ChatGPT when they ask a question about somebody that only they knew about it, and they use that document to share with ChatGPT to get the summary or something like this. So that privacy is a big challenge, and especially nowadays with the sovereignty and very Canadian focus, it's a lot of interest in what they call private cloud. What this means is that the AI model and all what's happening in the files are not shared in a public cloud, it's staying locally, and in this particular case, it's in our data center. So what we see here is the agent that we built. This was, for example, just a task that I asked earlier, and it ended up, it's covering part of the screen, but yeah. So I asked, what are the top places to visit in Ottawa, for example. I have other type of tools, like in this one here, I asked to create a page, a presentation, end up storing this locally and giving me ability to download. It can process the images. This case, I wanted them to make a bot image, which is actually what you see as an avatar. But this assistant now is for my personal tasks, but also if I go with any other groups, our channels, because what you see here is the chat for the business, which means the teams and employees can use of them. But if you add now this particular agent into one of the channels, it can then read the messages, summarize what was discussed. You could actually ask a question with the chat, then it can be visible by other team members. So treating it really as another virtual employee that we have in the team that can, take care of the tasks and execute. Think about it as the really, how calculator help your calculation. It's another tool, but a tool that can certainly enhance your productivity. So that's a next level, which is really integration with the team and shareable and keeping it private and local. And the last, actually, before I go to the last point that I wanted to mention, any other questions about this collaborative work and a team and using AI for the business?
There sometimes is a difference between what is held out as possible and what's shipping today. The neat thing in my industry, in coaching, you can now ask coaching questions of any chatbot.
Right.
And sometimes they come back with, albeit somewhat generic, but actually pretty good advice. It isn't like, they used to talk about hallucinating. Some of the advice, and then the next thing is, supposedly you're going to be able to take your websites and your books and perhaps a speech or two, so that the people are getting your avatar, that they're getting value that is more Wayne Pratt than Claude.
Exactly.
How long do you believe, if you were going to guess, and your crystal ball may be better than mine, how long until that is part of the marketplace where you choose whether you want the avatar or whether you want the author? The nice thing about the avatar is he's available at 3 in the morning. So, and I don't want to be. So what would you guess would that take to work into the marketplace where our avatars are equipped enough to actually deliver value and the customer knew what they were getting and paying for?
Right. So, great question. When this is also another aspect of next level AI that can learn through the interaction. Now, in this particular case, it can learn through the questions that are asking or commenting. It has what we call the memory that can build over the time. But in addition to this memory that is through interactions, you can also apply a lot of documents, emails, presentations, so whatever are the content that you build over time that really represents what you know or what you're involved with. It has a process of dissecting these documents into something called the RAG, which is basically ability for agents then to quickly search and find the answers relative to the questions that is asked. So what we are looking, for example, for at Hive to introduce is the agent that can help you answering questions about an at Hive, but even further about each member and what they do. So what we're looking on as a part of corporate directory to introduce you and your knowledge, and you can create a video and maybe attach some files, and it will actually know more about you. Now, how much you feed is actually how better it will be. But it is already in place today, and I think this is where the things are becoming now more important as we move forward, which is the very focused agents to the subject in mind, to the domain specific, and not being very generic. Here is the question, I just need the answer. Don't forget that all what AI knows is based on the knowledge gathered from centuries of what is stored on the internet. So what you find as an answers are known facts. It's the things that probably higher average occurrences of whatever you are discussing with. There's no new innovation there. You need to bring as a human innovations and steer AI towards the direction that you want. So if you just ask very basic questions, you will get very basic answer. But if you are more specific, that's where it becomes really more personalized and therefore more valuable.
So would this function as a second brain?
Exactly. So this is exactly what they're now kind of depends
Jump
on
on.
the use case.
I have a question. I'm just a little bit lost in one point, and I might not be the only one. I might also be the only one. So I'm ever so slightly confused about the privacy piece. And you were mentioning that AI, so ChatGPT specifically in this conversation, has an agent function. But it looks to me like you've designed an independent agent function, and I'm wondering if the ChatGPT agent function does not respect privacy, but yours does. Are you able to help make that distinction for me,
Yeah,
please?
so the data that is shared in our environment, which we are isolating for a specific company and business, and all the data is stored only locally, it means that this information is not leaked anywhere else. It's available for the agent that is accessible by employees and team members, but nobody will have an access to this data outside of the team that is allowed. Where with ChatGPT, although it is your ChatGPT in your session, the reality is that all this data is stored in their data centers, which potentially can be used for training. And although they declare a lot often that they don't share that, that is the data that eventually they definitely need to be able to make a next model and make it more intelligent. They're also understanding how you interact, what are the questions. All of this is what is used to fine-tune the next generation.
I see. So because from what I understand, you're basically you've created a platform or a format where I'm inputting information, spreadsheets, data, contracts, etc., questions, and it's outsourcing to multiple AI platforms. How is going through your AI agent protecting that? Because again, please forgive my limited understanding.
No, it's a great question. I know exactly where you're going to.
Okay, so please go ahead, yeah.
We host our own AI servers with our own models. We're not actually sending that data anywhere else. You can choose as a user to say, you know what, these tasks are okay to go to OpenAI or Cloud or Anthropic's models. So depends on really the question that you ask or what is the data that is provided. Agent can be intelligent in terms of say, you know what, I need to write a book. And in this case, I don't mind asking, you know, what is on the internet that can actually, you know, help me crafting this next, you know, bestseller. But once it comes to the data that is about you personally or your corporate, let's say contracts for the client or something that is not supposed to be expressed publicly, then we use our own internal AI model that actually takes care of the questions and answers this. So that's the kind of a privacy component that we are.
Thank you for helping me understand that a little bit better. I appreciate it.
No problem. So we have, I want to just ask a question here. Top 5 restaurants. So I end up purposely misspelling, but also you know, sending a question. Now AI is working for me. It is in the queue. So this is a very small demo that I was putting together for this presentation. It's not using a lot of power. It's definitely not as fast as the ChatGPT because it's using our resources. So we don't have the same capacity of $1 billion data centers like OpenAI does. But you saw how quickly it did replied, and this is the answers. And imagine from there, I can go further and ask to book reservation for a specific date, and it can actually go connect to the website, find the page, find the bookings, confirm that, and comes back and tells me it's booked. So it's a just example of that interaction from personal level to the kind of a team and project based. But all of what you see here is the question that I ask agent who end up browsing web and getting all this data, processing this, and coming back with a result. So what we're seeing now is that over 55% of the web traffic today is originating by agents and not by humans. I just want to let that sink. Over 55% of traffic today is done and is requested and handled by agents.
When you say traffic, do you mean 55% of the searches or the workflow tasks or all of the above?
Internet traffic, any browsing on the websites, it's actually now done in total amount of the data exchange is now first drastically exceeded than it was before, because now it's fully automated and it's done through the agents.
I see. And do you know if the remaining human 45% is mostly done by teenagers? Just kidding.
That's fine.
And what is really very important data point to understand is that over time probably less and less, because we humans would like to get an answer bottom line. I don't want to keep search something, click 15 pages, read on each of them, figuring things out, and spend 15 minutes for something that I can actually get really summary, good answers right away in a chat. So that productivity enhancement is on many different levels. But what is this telling us is that agents are the one who will be searching for the website, searching for the services. And now in terms of the web design and you promoting yourself, your book, your service, you need to be able to think about it, how agents could potentially find us. So there is on a web design now guidelines about how you improve your website to be digestible by agents, especially when it comes to the things such as shopping carts and like AWS, Amazon. You can, it's fully ready for agent to actually perform the search and find and book and perform the shipping. So a lot of websites are today not. They're built really for humans. You don't need so much graphics. Agents don't care about a look and feel. They care about information and a structured navigation to know how to get in a most fastest way to the information that they need. So I want to urge everybody thinking about our websites to think about it, how they should be designed, having in mind that most likely most of your visitors will be agents. If not already today, probably very soon.
One thing, a little mistake, when you asked the top 5 restaurants, it should have mentioned the bistro.
I totally agree.
There we go. Yeah.
This is the part where I might ask about. So this is the one thing that I noticed at side. It's something not understood as an ad. It's like a handle.
Yes.
And when we created a branding and everything, like we were not sure about how it will digest this. So now we start putting somewhere at bistro, and that's a bit of a part of identity crisis that we're having now, thinking about how we promote moving forward. But the challenge is that it's designed on a Google and familiar with the searches, and Google still has the bell sign in front of our building, which is my previous tenant. And for some reason, with all the technology in Google, they want us to have a camera pointing to the building, point to ourselves, walking in and showing the place that shows the high, and then human will end up looking at that video to confirm and said, yes, it's legitimate, now we can put your pictures. It's just unbelievable to the point that things are not really fully automated as much as we thought, even with the Google process.
Just tell me to drive by.
Right, exactly, and have a signs.
Who do I talk to when I saw a typo?
Where?
Up in one of the first restaurants. It said Banks, B-A-N-K-S, Bank Street. Go down a little bit. No,
There you go. Big box.
Bank Street.
There's an S there, shouldn't be.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Bank
it's them.
The
Street.
chatbot is now an urban planner. Renaming
Yeah,
streets.
Who would you talk to change that?
Big box.
So
That's the source.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay,
but the one before says Bank Street.
yeah.
Yeah, so probably they typed the wrong one there, or maybe agent did for them. This is definitely not finding the information, unfortunately, but that's definitely one part that we need to improve, especially if we can even customers inform about a bistro ahead of time rather than rely on internet search.
I can tell you from the tiny URLs I use inside my podcasts, I've actually had it run, give me analysis where and what.
Right.
So half or just under half is hominoid, and the rest are bots, AI bots.
Yeah.
So, but that helps if you're doing a podcast, because if your name shows up inside the podcast, you know, it's a bell ringing, right? It says you're over there.
Yeah, so it's this is another part that you know is a bit of misleading of how you react on somebody who is downloading, agents that are downloading your podcast, because what they do, then they listen to the podcast, they transcribe, then they create it in a very searchable way, and if somebody's asked about a topic that was covered in your podcast, they will prompt and say, listen for this podcast for that topic.
And that's why I put the script in there.
Yeah, you just made it easier for agent to consume, so
Yes.
that's for sure.
Jovan, I have a question again, and I'm so sorry to be incredibly annoying.
That's exactly what I wanted to
Okay.
bring up this topic.
In your platform, do you have any kind of programming that encourages sort of double or triple verification for like fact authenticity?
Yeah.
Because I know that there were issues regarding like hallucinations with AI for a while, just spitting out just random things that like basically making stuff up in the response if it didn't grab something. Or anyway, so please expand on that. You
exactly.
said yeah, so yeah.
So this unfortunately I couldn't share my screen. I tried earlier. I think I typed my code, but I wanted to actually show you more richer experience, because what you're seeing here is sort of our Slack/MetaMost lookalike corporate. So agent interaction is a little bit limited, but I was hoping to show you the full experience of the agent where these skills are created. And these skills are tasks that certainly some of them has a verification of the facts and need to double check certain things. So for example, if you're asking for specific facts and it's hallucinating, then review stage can go through and double check these facts. Maybe check that links or ask another Google search rather than actually AI answer to see if that particular result exists. There is also other verification such as, did you share username or password? Did you share your passport number or provided some kind of a personal data that shouldn't be provided? It can eliminate this. So that yes, there is a steps that you can build, but the skills is very different level because it's how you automate and you can build them. And what is great, this is unfortunately what I couldn't show, is that agent can rebuild and refresh and make these skills better. So it's basically programming itself. I want to give you one more example. I restricted our agent and I said, it can browse the web, and I said, show me the screenshot of that particular web page. So it was able to read the web page, but the screenshot capability was not installed. So what it tried to do is said, okay, I don't have ability to do the screenshot, let me try to download application to do the screenshots. So it actually tried to download it. Because I prevented download, I was like, okay, then let me see if there is another two tools that could help me creating screenshots. It went to try search for these tools on my computer, it couldn't find it. And then it said, what I can do, because I know how the page looks like, I'm gonna create a picture using characters. You know that picture that shows the characters with the slashes and at signs that kind of mimics? It actually recreated a picture using characters to show me how that web page looks like. So I just want to demonstrate this small example of how persistent agents are to please you and to, to try to figure out the ways. So probably you heard recently, OpenAI end up hacking Hugging Face, which is a website where all the models are, and they were trying to figure out what. And what happened is that agent, even being contained, was able to get out, find the ways out, and end up hacking that website. So it's good and bad. Good is how how is persistent and capable. At the same time, like knife can be used to cut a tomato or kill a person. Like it's really about a tool and how you use it. So that's a big problem that we're seeing. That agents are amazing, but it can also be very dangerous, especially if it's you're not protecting yourself and you're exposing yourself with a non-restriction. So
Make me $1 million.
exactly. Exactly. And there are actually many examples where you said, here is the credit card, prepaid credit card with $100. How you can turn that into $1 million? And
Okay, so how do I buy your services? Mama bought some jewelry. I need a new car.
Exactly. So I wanted to just give this few, it's really food for thought, but subject is very big. So I did find after 9 minutes, oh sorry, no, 4 minutes, it ended up doing, great, I found it. There's an ad bistro, something written as ad bistro or ad bistro in Ottawa. So I did not mention about an Ottawa before. It did find the address, and it provided a bit of information about the website. Again, this is very fresh, not data that existed for the last decade. It's ability to find.
It also couldn't find any reviews. So that's
Could
something.
you prompt it to tell you how to improve your website in order to make it more visible, more searchable, and get more traffic? Would the agent tell you?
Can you tell me your website?
Oh, mine is kellyharrigan.ca.
So it's going to ask your credit.
I was thinking of yours though, but okay, Kelly Harrigan, HARRIGAN.ca.
2 R's.
2 hours. Yeah.
You're a very good spell checker.
Secretary.
Yeah.
Amazing. Just provisoing that this is a new push. I haven't designed my website now, but this is going to be awesome to help me. Thank you.
ND.
Yeah, that's where this is my friend. So, and you could leave.
There's nothing wrong with that.
For some reason. So this we installed specific skill and the tool that does the summarization of the website. So basically goes, scrape all the pages, brings all the content, provides all the summary. And we use that a lot for the sales tools. So when we are having a first time meeting with a client, we can get a bit of sense of what they do, but also agent knows about our services, so it can actually then look at it and say, okay, what are the ideas that we could offer, what this client might be interested about if we don't have any particular information, but if they contact us on the website and say, I have a problem with my computers or my IT guy is retired, now I need somebody to take care of it. You can then add that component, say, look at this website, they're looking for this help, how that compares to what we offer, and it can then give you the summary. So as I said, think about it as a tool of what are the other areas that can help you in your day-to-day. What we're planning to do is to introduce all of this as part of the AdHive. So AdHive will have ability to access agent, but also we're introducing a few other services like a to-do list or task. We call it task and time management. So anything that it finds, it can say, you know what, give me the summary and create the tasks for me. We have also eMeet, which is like a Zoom, that every recording is summarized, but also identifies what are the things that you promised to be done, or things that somebody else is supposed to send you. We mentioned on an email, being able to actually read your emails and provide a summary. So the idea was that all of these communication services that Elastic is handling could be then accessible through agent to help you with your day-to-day tasks. So we're slowly planning to introduce that over time, and I'm hoping next events I'll be able to do more demos. So any last question while waiting for agent to finish?
I have a question, Yola. If you are either around Ottawa or coming to Ottawa for a couple of days and you need to avail yourself of AdHive services, where do they find out how to get you and how much it costs?
So when it comes to the services, we have it's a kind of a la carte on demand. So if you need a food, you need to rent the office or space, or interested in events, a lot of that is on the website. There is to get to know somebody, kind of a very basic membership that gives you a discount for services over time. And it's €1, it's not monthly, so it's a very nominal price, but it allowed us to create a profile and understand who you are, a little bit about yourself, and then you can put in book using an app, all the other services through the website. Now we've been holding a little bit with trying to finish the patio. We got our liquor license. We're going to be extending work after hours to actually have events later on after 5.
Got your license after all.
Yeah, exactly. We finally got it. So we're hoping in September that we'll be extending time, and that's when we really want to start exposing ourselves. So we've been a bit of a stealthy last, I would say, year or so, but we're about to turn that around from September. That's the hope. Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you. Maybe while it's waiting for the answer, and
there's one more piece. Shane, good to see you, man. If we can see you, do you want to do a quick intro?
You're on mute there, bud.
He's just sorting himself out.
Oh, he's on the street. Oh, in a car.
Sorry, just my earplugs don't work. They only listen to things. They don't actually do the microphone part. So anyways, I'm Dr. Shane Bales, Pro Action Health and Performance. We do all the concussion work, musculoskeletal injuries like sports injuries, sprains, and that type of thing. Bernie, am I supposed to go through like an infomercial here? Or is this just like, hey, what's up?
Well, you kind of did your infomercial, but if you had any BAMS referrals or anything else you want to tell us about.
Sure, yeah. We're doing a walk because Kat's been helping us with the walk here. We're going to do a walk on September 26th, the Saturday in Manotick. We did it last year. It's just a continuation for concussion awareness to help out people just be more aware, get more information. That's what we're kind of doing. So Kat's been working with me and Cheryl, who is our planner and things like that. So she's been more than helpful to help us out through these types of things lately and getting that event going. So that's basically what we've been doing on the back running, getting things done. So yeah, that's kind of me. Great job though, by the way. It's very informative for this AI stuff because that stuff is being used all the time and you want to know how to leverage it the best. So thank you.
Thank you.
No problem.
So Kelly, there are some of the results as you can see.
Yeah, it looks like it needs to go to the hospital. My goodness.
Has the gathered quite a bit of information about where it's hosted, with domains. Has the Cloudflare protection.
Blocks legitimate visitors. Really?
Yeah. So this is the part where sometimes overprotecting yourself obviously creates restrictions. their services are trying to block agents, which is again not really great for the fact that agents are now more than 50% of the traffic. So I will definitely disable that if it's possible, whoever is hosting your website. When we host the website, we make it sure very searchable by agents. So it's basically prevented agent to get more information about it, but it did suggest that some of the some of the information, title tag, description, and Google benefits, so no local presence detection. So it actually went to the Google business profile, try to find you there, said that you have a SSL certificate. So it was not so much about a content, it was actually really checking a lot of other aspects. This is your checklist.
Do a screenshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should, shouldn't I?
Get a download on this, just to copy and,
Yeah.
What's the difference?
but this is good to know, Kelly, this is really good to know. You know?
Difference.
And you see, this is like now told me, great, so do you want me to create a skill for site audits? So this is what I was saying, is that it actually came up first time with the concept of what needs to be done, but now it's saying, look, instead of reinventing every single time, can I create a skill that I can use that describes exactly what are things that needs to check and how to create a result. So, yeah, I was just wondering if there is can you? I just want to see if it will allow to get a screenshot of your homepage, so we can see it. Again, this is using a different route to do the screenshot, not trying to scrape. So I'm hoping that we might be able to actually see the screenshot. But I use this, for example, when we ask agent to iterate and create a website. It's actually every iteration it takes in screenshots, analyzing and saying, these are the things that can improve. So it goes through iterative process of actually making the website better, address some usability, accessibility problem, and etc. So it's a very iterative process. But as I said, I don't really want to hold. I feel that I consume, a lot of time today. I'd love to. If there is more interest, we can definitely schedule another follow-up that I can help you guys with the AI.
Thank you, Obed.
Sounds good, Jovan.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to close us off with the quote for the day. Success is just how high you bounce after you hit the bottom.
Success is just how high you bounce
Are you
after
Play-Doh or are you a
hit
Super
the
Bowl?
bottom.
It's a privilege to be here, guys.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Kelly, if there is a screenshot, we'll let you know.
Okay, thank you so much. This was very informative, Jovan, and I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person today. It's good to see all your friendly faces. Hi again, Shane.
Kelly, I'll share your email address with Jovan.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Bon appétit, everyone.
Thanks.
Have a great day.
Take care, Kelly. Is there a
Bye.
way to get a download of all the recommendations for your site?
Yeah, I'll copy this.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, guys.
Hi, guys.
Take care, guys.
So
Yeah, take care.
you, Wayne.
forward to hearing what your upline has to say. I hope she's around.
Okay, awesome. So you're back, eh, Sam?
I am. I'm back in Ottawa.